Bloodbark, or as I like to call it, Lumberjack Crash Out Simulator, is a bite-sized psychological horror game where you play as an, obviously, mentally stable lumberjack tasked with chopping down the highly sought-after bloodbark trees, prized for their exotic red wood. The game was developed by Sir Tartarus, a prominent itch.io game dev, and the entire project itself is based on the works of horror artist Eduardo Valdez-Hevia. This artist has a lot of really terrifying art if you're into that sort of thing, like spooky cryptids, body horror, and I guess getting turned into a JPEG.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just wonder.
Gotta say, buddy, I don't mean to shame you or anything, but your house blows chunks, my guy. Really gives off the first night in Minecraft vibes. Props, though, for not having the green top. You might live in squalor, but at least you have standards. Bro's got a mattress sitting on the floor and absolutely nothing else. My man is the living embodiment of those depressing ass apartment memes. Honestly, when you're this deep in the woods, you don't need much else. Gotta take a dump, bam! Bathrooms literally all around you. Need to find something to eat? I'm sure there's delicious berries somewhere nearby, and you already got an axe. I hear squirrel is a really tender meat. Alright, it's my first day on the job. Time to see what the big deal is with these trees anyway. Oh god, are these things birch trees? Rich people are paying this much money for what is easily an F-tier wood? Birch wood? More like bitch wood, am I right? Dark Oak Gang, rise up. My guy, what the f is that chop? I know jack about trees. I've maybe been outside 3 times in my entire life, and even I know you gotta smack that thing horizontally. You are a trained lumberjack, one that was specially picked to chop down super important trees, mind you, and this is how you use an axe? Not to mention, does this game take place in 1803 or something? What self-respecting lumberjack uses some dinky-ass hatchet they got from the clearance aisle at a Bass Pro Shops instead of a cool-as-hell chainsaw? Are you some kind of artisanal lumberjack that charges a 400% markup because you chop down trees like a pilgrim off the Mayflower? Yeah, I don't know, I feel like the wood maintains more of its natural turgidness when it's hand-chopped with an axe. Oh, if you'll excuse me, I have to go inject my butt with a matcha enema and then go listen to the new My Morning Jacket vinyl I picked up at Barnes & Noble. Wait a sec, wait, hold on. You're a professional. You're a professional lumberjack that can't use logging equipment? That's like a doctor that doesn't know how to use a stethoscope. All right, sir, almost done with your house visit. Just gotta check your heart rate real quick. Let me just,
Sir, do you know what you're doing?
Yes, obviously I know what I'm doing. I'm a trained professional. Let me just,
Sir, I think your heart is full of urine.
Another day, another dollar. Time to get back out the... Huh? They haven't been filming me, have they? Hopefully they, didn't record me, jacking my wood, if you, catch my drift. Okay, lady, you can't just barge into someone's property and... God, and I thought it was the trees that were supposed to be scary in this game. This freak looks like if Gumby had sex with one of those hyper-realistic Minecraft texture packs. Speaking of Minecraft, we got a nice bootleg Steve over here.
I am bald.
Also, sorry for putting so many Minecraft jokes into this video. I just saw the movie not too long ago, and all I can think about is Flint and Steel and Chicken Jockey.
Not like you could come up with anything better anyway.
These trees cause visual and auditory hallucinations, and can even make people think that they're chopping up a person instead of a tree? Wait, what was that, huh? Foreshadowing? No, I don't know what that is. I think I made a drug in Schedule 1 that made people have these same hallucinations. And in what is totally not a shoehorned promo for my other content, I did just make a video on Schedule 1 that you should totally check out. And while you're here, why not go ahead and just give a poke onto that subscribe button? It really helps out the channel a lot, and it means a lot to me. If you're a big fan of comedy-focused game reviews,
like AVGN but cringe,
then you'll absolutely love my videos. And I also stream right here on this channel every Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on this.
Oh, yes! Oh, now we're styling.
Now we're fresh. All it took was $15.
Shameless plug over.
Yeah, I forget what that reporter said. I'm sure she's just some liberal woo-haw that hates to see someone cut down a tree. Hey, you know, some people would pay good money for this experience.
It's peeing on me!
Okay, I think I've had enough of these trees spraying their juices on me. I think I'm gonna cut down a normal tree for a change. Did they really have to make the tree in this achievement icon veiny and flesh-colored? Honestly, looking at it some more, it kind of looks like what the doctor did to me right after I was born. Man, all that lumberjacking has got me needing to pee. Oh, sir, are you vandalizing this restroom? Oh, no. We can't have that. Time for you to get a taste of lumberjack justice. Oh man, he was just a tree. I was really hoping to commit a murder tonight. Bloodbark may be a shockingly accurate simulator of what it's like to be a lumberjack, even though they left out the cross-dressing, but as for being a good horror game, it's okay-ish. Truthfully, I am a big fan of the vibes Bloodbark has going on. For starters, I do love how the developer was able to create an entire game out of a concept proposed in a simple piece of art. It's really cool to see inspiration come from something like this, and I think the artist's other works would really make for other interesting games as well. Growing up in Appalachia myself, I've always had an interest in horror that revolves around nature being quirked up in some way. Be it silly little guys that stalk the trees, or the trees themselves being eldritch abominations. And this game is a decently effective twist on cryptids and this genre of spoopiness. Having the trees be alive and manipulate the player using, I don't know, magic or something is a really interesting concept. But the unique ways this game utilizes body horror really help drive home the game's disturbing atmosphere, as minor as these elements may seem in the grand scheme. One thing I really liked about Bloodbark was how strange the entire game feels on a fundamental level. Like the main character just living in an empty shack, and the way the characters speak and act just feels all stilted and weird. But it adds to the charm and creepiness of the rest of the game. Unfortunately, when it comes to the horror this game was trying to convey, I don't know, I was just feeling not underwhelmed, just more whelmed. Like I said, there was some cool body horror and the trees were doing all kinds of spooky stuff, but they never did anything actually threatening, like straight up attacking me. I guess they were all bark and no bite.
That joke was so bad I think it gave me syphilis.
I never actually felt scared while playing Bloodbark, only mildly startled when the game cranked up the volume to 11 and deep fried the graphics until they looked like a 2016 shitpost. As much as I hate to say this, there were even some moments where I was more amused than scared of some of the supposed spooky things that were happening right in front of me. Dude, you must be a thin-leaved, deciduous hardwood tree if you think this game is scary. There is, obviously, a very heavy theme of environmentalism going on here, and the almost corruptive effect bleeding the earth of its resources has on us, not to mention the planet itself. Speaking of, did you know there's a whole big floating island of garbage just sitting in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? Yeah, I know, it's crazy. If you want to learn more about it, just Google the United Kingdom. I always appreciate games that do things like this, taking what is already an interesting premise and adding more layers to it to make it more complex than just stock standard horror. Propping up this theme in a horror framework is really cool, even if it is about as subtle as an M80 in an oil drum. I saw the big twists and plot beats coming from a mile away, and the game's main plot is severely undercut when you factor in the game's alternate story. It goes from being a decent enough commentary on the preservation of nature to just some random psychopathic lumberjack torturing a news crew for 3 days. It also doesn't help that both endings are practically the same, so there's already very little reward for going after the alternate ending in the first place. Bloodbark is what I like to call a perfectly okay game. It tries a few things and does a good job with some of them, though it misses the mark on a few of the others. It's a neat enough concept that I just can't help but feel could have a little bit better of an execution. But for being a quick, easily digestible game you can fully experience in 45 minutes, it's pretty good and well worth playing if you're a horror fan. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and let me know what you thought of the video and Bloodbark down in the comments below. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.